Welcome back, pop stars, and thank you for joining us today for our debut of our very first nail tutorial. Let's get into it. I put a piece of paper over my phone to outline the butterfly wings because I needed to know exactly what I was going to draw on my plastic for when I went to lay down the acrylic. As you can see, ta-da! So moving straight to the acrylic, what you want to do is you want to outline your butterfly wings somewhere on a hard surface where you'll be able to pop the wings off once they dry. What I did use was one of those nail containers that hold the nail tips that I didn't use anymore. So if you have any of those laying around the house, those are great to form objects, or you can use forming paper. In this case, I didn't have forming paper, so I used the next best thing. Call it ghetto, call it what you want, but it worked, and it worked well. So in addition to that, what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I bulk on that acrylic onto each separate wing. Okay, and as you can see, I did leave some space in between each wing because I wanted both wings to be separate. We'll be putting the wings onto each nail separately, okay? You don't want to do them together because then I'm sure it will knock the shape off a little bit. You won't be able to really play with where you can place your wing, if that makes sense. Also, make sure that you make your wings thick enough because if you try to do a thin wing and you try to break it off like this, it possibly can break in half and then you will have to start over. So I had to make it a little bit more thicker so I could just pop it off with no problem. So I did go under that clear plastic where I got it from the top of my nails, and I drew the wings under that. So when I placed the actual wing with the acrylic on top of it, it wouldn't erase the marker. So if you're wondering where you should actually draw your wing design out, go ahead and draw it underneath your plastic if you choose to use the top like me, and then do it on the top of it so the monomer doesn't erase that marker. And after you do this, make sure you repeat the process one more time because you will need another set of wings so you can have 4. And if you made it this far into the video, I just got one question. Why haven't you liked, subscribed, or commented on my video yet? Yeah, get to it. I ain't doing nothing. Just go ahead and get to it and then come right back. All right, see, I waited on you. So I hope you went and did all that. And let's continue. So what you're gonna do next is you are gonna take your time and you're going to make sure you buff and foul your wings because guess what? They look a little rough, okay? They're not gonna look good as soon as you pop them off of that plastic. You do have to use your e-file and just try to shape it a little bit or try to foul down some of those really bulky areas because you don't really want it to be too bulky. So I will say also, once you do both sides and you flip it over, you will see that one side is a little smooth. And what I did was I went and I added acrylic on top of those smoother layers, so I could get that texture like the other side. So make sure you go and do that as well. Okay, so now that you have fouled your butterfly wings, what you're gonna do is you're going to see which wings are gonna go on each side. And then I started with my bottom piece. What you see me doing is I glued the bottom of my bottom piece and now I'm going to add it to the first nail. I used super glue to put the wings on first before I added acrylic, just so it could stay and I wouldn't have to hold my hand in like a super weird position to get the acrylic onto the nail while I was adding and at this moment Bay started to interrupt me and distract me and he had messed me up, and so we just gonna move on because I'm not going back to edit the video because I'm really tired of going back and editing this voiceover. So let's just continue and move on, okay? Okay. So right here, I was just feeling so slow because I just could not figure out where this part of the wing went, like which side went on it, but I finally got the hang of it, and that's basically what I'm about to do. I'm just gonna put these wings on each finger. We got my niece in the background. She want to be my assistant so bad, y'all, but she really helped me out through the whole way. She let me know that it was really pretty, and she even gave me some of her best ideas on how I should do it. So what you see me doing here is just putting the paper onto my nail with the first original drawn wing. I wanted to make sure that I had the exact right wing on the right side because I'm slow and I could not figure out which side I was supposed to super glue onto the finger. So keep your paper for reference just in case you're like me and you cannot figure out which nail goes where. And if you do have that problem, y'all, I would love to know. Comment and let me know if y'all got confused when you were doing your wings and was like, oh my god, which wing goes where. So after I get both of the wings super glued, I'm doing one finger at a time. What I'm going to do now is I'm getting my custom acrylic powder that I did make that I'm also using for this whole set, and I'm going to basically cover up those rough edges right there on top of the nails. So I'm gonna speed this process up so we can get through it and get to the next part. So at this point, me and my niece both were like super impressed of how cute they started to look. You could immediately see like the idea or where we were going with the nails once I got both sets of wings on. So that was real cool to see like the idea finally coming to life. And if you're doing this with me right now, you see what I mean. Like, look at it.
What are you gonna do with the two in the middle?
This is what it looks like so far. I'm gonna put a design on it. That's what it's looking like so far. I don't know if y'all can see it.
What are you gonna do with the thing?
Wait till they try.
What are you gonna do with the stuff in the middle?
Huh?
The thing in the middle.
I'm gonna do something to it. Don't worry, just wait, okay? So little did she know, me and her both were wondering at that point, what was I gonna do with the thing in the middle, okay? I had no idea what I was gonna do to the two middle nails. I had no idea what I was gonna do with the butterfly wings. I really got to this point of the nails and I was just kind of like, oh my God, I've got this far, so what am I gonna do next? And I just wanna say, y'all, if you do get to that point where you're like kind of at a block of what you want to do, just take a moment, take a breath, take a step back, and something's gonna come to you. But most importantly, don't stop. Make sure you finish that set, okay? Because I ended up finishing the set and it turned out really, really pretty. So after you get that acrylic onto those butterfly wings, make sure you go ahead and grab that E-file because now you have to smooth out the edges to make it look more smooth on the nail, like it's like coming from the nail. You don't want to see like you sat a wing on top of a nail, okay? So just make sure some additional filing on the side will be needed too, so you can make it look more straight. But just make sure you buff and file those butterfly wings after you lay that acrylic, or well, after the acrylic dries. See it flying?
You should go do that in Uncle VJ's face.
Okay, so if y'all can't tell, at this point, I was literally so in love with the nails. I felt like my hand was about to get up and fly off of my wrist into the sky. It just looked so graceful and so pretty. So 10 out of 10 recommend. I don't know who could actually wear something like this, but it was worth the work, and the results are literally amazing. I definitely see these nails being more of like a photo shoot type of set, or like maybe a Halloween or a costume situation. It can be an everyday type thing, but you'll have to be a bold person to be able to wear these type of nails every day. But they're still gorgeous. Oh, let them dry. So right now what I'm doing is just going back and I was correcting some nails, probably over filing, but just filing a little bit more. I wanted those butterfly nails or the butterfly wings to look way more smoother than they actually were coming off of the nails. So it required a little more attention. These nails for sure take a while to actually finish. But if you have the patience and the time, you should definitely try it. I do want to also shout out Supreme Supply Nails. That's that monomer that I'm using right there in the back. I am a brand ambassador for Supreme Supply Nails. Her monomer is top tier, okay? It is literally amazing. It's for a really great price. Make sure y'all go check out her website. I'm gonna drop it below with also a discount code so you guys can get discounts for your nail accessories. Oh, I like triplets.
Triplets is gonna be a great article.
I like triplets.
Triplets. I got some.
Child, and then my niece came out of nowhere and she want to know if I want to have triplets. And if I do want to have triplets, do I want girls or boys? I don't even know where she got the question from, or just triplets. I barely can feed myself. How I'ma feed 3 more? You know? Alright, so I'm just wrapping up a couple of last minute things, just making sure the nail was smooth, making sure it was buffed out, making sure it was no acrylic on the bottom, making sure the bottom of the butterfly looked good, and bam! Look at it, y'all. Look at it. And I'm not even finished yet. I went in with some heavy beading on the outside, and look how gorgeous, y'all. Literally, look how gorgeous they are. Yes, I impressed myself with this set. The butterfly in the middle with the intricate beading, the beading across the actual 3D butterfly wings was really cute. Make sure y'all screenshot it just in case y'all need a beading reference. You can use my reference, okay? Use my reference. I didn't do anything to the thumb because we all know we hate doing thumbnails, so I just did a top coat over that. But just look at how pretty these nails came out. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, just make sure you drop a comment, tag me and stuff. Let me know what's the next hottest trend that you want to see me do. And also make sure y'all like and subscribe. That's the big thing. Subscribe to my page. Make sure you share it. And I do want to start posting way more, but I also want to get some positive feedback. I love all kinds of criticism. And thank you guys so much for coming to my video today and listening to me ramble about doing nails as if y'all didn't have any other thing to do. So, goodbye, pop stars, and have a great day.